name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 6-month update for baby Hayes. It feels so crazy to even start and say that he is 6 months old. Like, that is half a year he has already been here, which is crazy because, like, when you look back, it feels super long. Like, there's been so much time and it does feel long, but then it also feels like, how is he 6 months old? Like, that's insane. But we're gonna get into just updating on what happened, you know, throughout his 5th month of life for his 6-month update. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Let me know what videos that you want to see here. I do a lot of mama and baby content, but I definitely want to do some more lifestyle stuff soon. Hopefully a lot of cleaning and organizing. That is definitely a goal in the upcoming weeks and months here. But be sure to subscribe and we'll get right into this. So he's asleep and I have very minimal time that he sleeps in the daytime. So I didn't even have time to like write down what I want to talk about. I'm just gonna think of things I can update on. So on the basic end, size. I'm not entirely sure how much he weighs right now. He weighed about 18 pounds at his appointment that he had when he was like 5.5-ish months. He was like 18 to 19 pounds. So he's now 6 months, obviously, as of February 8th. So he's probably a little bit more than that, or kind of in the similar range. He doesn't, it seems that like at this point, he's not growing as quickly as he was. He grew really quickly. He was super tiny for like 6 weeks, and then he grew so quick over the past couple of months, where like now it seems that he's kind of like just at a regular not standstill, a little plateau, like just average. He wears usually 6 to 9 month clothing. He does fit in some of his 3 to 6 stuff, but it's like specific items. He can wear some of his footy pajamas still that are in like the 6 month category, and he can wear like all of his onesies and stuff. But in most things, like especially pants, he does wear his 6 to 9 month clothing. So yeah. He's in size 3 diapers still. And oh my goodness. All right, let's see. What can I update on? Sleep. That's always a big one that people want to hear about. We have hit a regression. We did not have a big 4-month regression. That's kind of the one that everyone talks about. And we didn't have much of one. He had maybe a week or two where he would wake up once in the middle of the night, but I would just pick him up and like bounce him or rock him and he would go back to sleep. So it wasn't that bad. Like, it really wasn't that bad for regression. But 6 months is where we are struggling. The past like 2.5 weeks, it's definitely been a lot harder. He is up at least twice a night, and usually it's for like at least a half hour up to an hour. Not last night, but the night before, it was like 2 hours. Like, I was just rocking him and he was crying. And it's one of those struggles where he is nursing still. So for comfort, he does want to eat, but we haven't been feeding in the middle of the night since he was under 3 months old. So I try to limit to like, okay, I'll feed him once in the middle of the night because maybe he just is hungry, but I don't feed him every time he wakes up during this because I don't want to create that habit of waking up like a newborn to eat every 2 hours. It's so complicated. But it has been a bit of a struggle. We got a nice rocker to put in his room so that when he's up in the middle of the night, I kind of have a place to rock him rather than putting him in bed with us, because it's so hard not to just put him in bed with us. That's another thing though. He moved into his own bedroom. We did it like maybe 2 days before he turned 6 months old. He just, with sleeping so badly, I think a big part of it is needing his own space. Some nights, I think it's helped a lot. Some nights he's still sleeping the same as he was in our bedroom. And I do love having him in our room, but I think that overall it's going to make more sense to have him in his room. I think that he is going to get used to it and then sleep better again, because he always was a good sleeper leading up to like right now. Another big thing that happened, I have a video that I am going to post about this, so you can hear the full story if you subscribe, because I will be posting it soon. But we actually had a major scare during his like 5th month of life. He had his 4-month vaccines, but he had them at 5 months because the 4-month ones were right around Christmas, so they were just scheduled later. And he had a major like reaction. ahead of time, I am not someone who's like pro-vax, anti-vax. I'm not pushing any opinions on anybody. He was fully vaccinated and up to now is still fully vaccinated. But we are looking into however we need to figure out what will be safe moving forward, just because we do very much believe that he is one of those kids that has had a severe reaction to vaccines, and we don't know which one. We haven't been back to the doctor since. Well, we went to the doctor because of this episode, but it was the urgent care. We haven't been back to his pediatrician since, if that makes sense. But we have been told by a couple of medical professionals that what happened was definitely like a real event and very likely could have been a reaction to his vaccines, which is super scary. But we basically had him stop breathing in the middle of the night, and he does wear the owlet sock, so that is what alerted us. But it was like a 6-minute episode of he wasn't not breathing for 6 minutes. Obviously he was not breathing at like the very end of it, before I was able to like get him not even awake but like stirring. But I will explain more of that. This isn't going to make any sense. I'll explain more of that in a video. It might be the next one that goes up, maybe, but I will be posting it soon, sharing that full story, because it is kind of complicated. But, you know, that's just something to update on. I guess we have to figure out what the doctors will say about, if any, I don't know if you can figure out if like it's one specific vaccine that's not safe, but we need to figure out whatever happened, because I'm not gonna risk him not waking up, obviously, because if the reaction was that bad one time, I don't think it's gonna get better with the next one. So we will be figuring that out. Let's see what else has happened. Right before he turned 5 months, my husband actually left to do another army training. If you watched my videos when I was pregnant, you'd know that he was gone from I think week like 24 or 25 of pregnancy all the way through up to the birth, and then he went back and he was gone for the first 4.5 weeks that I was home with a newborn. So he is gone again, and it is a 4-month period, I believe, but he is home on the weekends. So it's just during the week he's not here, which actually isn't too horrible, but it does get hard in the evenings, because it can get really hard to entertain Hayes in the evening before bedtime. It can be really hard to get that stimulation because he's so attached to me and just wants to nurse and sleep, and it's really hard to keep him busy and entertained and stuff. He's going through his leap that you have around 6 months. I don't remember what weeks it is specifically, but it's a developmental leap. So he's in the stage of like some stranger danger for sure. He knows the world around him, so he knows the concept of me walking out of the room and no longer being with him. So he understands that concept now. So it's been very hard. There's only a couple people that he's truly like comfortable with, and that would probably be my mom and my grandmother, because they are with him multiple days a week. And then, you know, my husband, he's great with as well. But that's really probably the only people that he's truly like comfortable with, to where I can like leave the room and him not like freak out at all. So it's definitely complicated. So it can be hard. It's hard. I'll put him down for a nap and his eyes will open and he'll see me leaving the room, and that's what triggers him to cry. I have to carry him around the entire day, because when I put him down, he's gonna cry. Even if I put him down and I'm in the same room, he usually is not very cool with it. I can put him in his jumper, and that's probably the only thing that I can get a couple of minutes, but otherwise he just wants to be held and carried around. So that's where we're at with that right now. And then nothing else too crazy. His gums, you can tell they've been hurting, and those teeth just aren't popping through. He still is not fully sitting. He did sit unsupported for the first time for like 5 whole seconds, but he is not consistently sitting yet. He just doesn't care to be on his back, on his stomach, or sitting by himself. He just wants to be held, or he wants to be like standing and jumping. So I don't know. I mean, I know that he could crawl, but I almost wonder if he's just like not gonna crawl, because he doesn't want to be down by himself, and it's just kind of that simple. All right, that is all I can think of to really truly update on just what's happened in his last month of life leading up to 6 months. I'm sure this was a little boring for some people, but you know, just updating on what his life is like right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what other type of like lifestyle videos you want to see, and also like mother and baby style content. Of course, as always, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video, and I will see you guys in my next one.